What up guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be reviewing all my profits for this year from the airdrops that I have received. So I have a list here, which some of them I have the amount of tokens, the other one I just don't remember. So I just have the total of money that I have made. Again, this is for this year. It is not including last year. Last year I made around 12k, give or take 11 or 12k. So let's go ahead and review for this year. This is starting from January. The first airdrop that I received is ZK Fair. I made $129 profit. By the way, this was actually a pretty good airdrop. The only thing is I didn't play it well and I only took a little bit of transaction. But in the end, I end up spending around $3 because I did receive my USDC back and I made $129 in terms of profit. So it was a pretty decent airdrop in terms of percentages, but in terms of money, it was just only $129. Next, we have Menta, which I made $930. By the way, this was without referrals because I had five. I think the amount was actually 5 referrals, but not all the users deposited some funds, so I wasn't able to increase the amount of referrals that I had. You guys even saw that I was posting different referrals link, and that was from my community. So I only had around 5 referrals, which got filled within maybe 60 seconds. And then what I did is I was just sharing all the referrals from my community so I could help them out. So in total, I made $930. Most of that money actually came from me selling some of my NFTs. So $930 profit is for Menta. That is for January. Then on the 26th of January, I also made $230 from When, which was an airdrop from Jupiter, from the Launchpad, and I made $230. I think I had 3 or 4 wallets eligible. Unfortunately, I sold too early, but still a pretty decent amount of money, 230 bucks. So for January, if we do the math, I made 1.2k in total, almost 1.3. Then for February, I received Zeta Chain, and was it February? I think it was February. So Zeta Chain, I made 417 bucks. That was from using the testnet, and basically that's it. 226 tokens. I sold them, and I made 417 bucks. Then we have Evo, which for me it was one of the most fun airdrop to farm, and unfortunately I added way too many transactions as wash trading. So I was just opening my transaction and closing them right away. So unfortunately I lost some money there, but if I would have done it better, dude, probably I would have made maybe 10k from this. But still, 3.5k in profit is nothing to be shy about. Then we have Polyhedra, which was a pretty shitty airdrop. I still made 234 bucks. That is including the airdrop from Polyhedra and also the airdrop from Merkley. So 234 bucks for Polyhedra. Next, we have Hydro, which I did. I received it for staking some injective, and I received 110 bucks. Next, we have Mental, which by the way, I wasn't actively farming it. I just took a few transactions because I needed to do it on some of the dexes, and I received 20 bucks. So I'm happy with it. Next, we have Fluidity, which has been a pretty good airdrop for me. For something that I spent less than 80 bucks. For the first batch, I received $385. That was back in, what month is that? April. Then we also have for April, Romho, which by the way, I sold my Romho tokens and then I purchased back my token. So that's why I'm adding 3.8k as a profit, but right now I'm down on my investment. So how I did it is I cashed out and then I tried to purchase at a lower price. I did, but the price is still way lower than the price that I purchased back. So that's why I'm still calculating it at 3.8k in terms of profit. It was a pretty decent amount of money, but unfortunately I only received the airdrop on one of my wallets, even though I did farm it on 3 wallets. Next, we have the meme coin for Hyperliquid, which is actually a pretty good surprise. So I made $711 from that airdrop. By the way, that is not the airdrop for Hyperliquid. It is just an incentive for their meme coin, which most of us, I think, we received the airdrop. So $711 is what I receive. Next, we have Mode, shitty airdrop, but I still made $2,000 on my first wallet. And then on my second wallet, which by the way, I had no referrals, just so you know, I made 423 bucks. Lastly, we have the second batch of Fluidity, which is this month, a few days ago. I did $277. So let's go ahead and do the math. I have it right here. So you guys can see that my total profit is 13K. Not bad at all, taking into consideration that last year I end up making less than 12K. So this year, with just 4 to 5 months, I'm up 13K and we still have many airdrops to receive. My average airdrop, so if you sum up all of them and then you divide it, we have an average airdrop of 940 bucks. My largest airdrop is 3.8K and my smallest airdrop is $20. That was for Mento. Yeah, for Mento. So my goal this year, which I have said it many times, so just for you to know, my goal is just to make or try to make at least 100K from airdrop. I do think it is completely possible because I should have a list of maybe 70 projects that we haven't received the airdrop yet. And some of them are actually pretty large. So for example, ZK Sync, even Layer 0, if they do things right and I receive my allocation, I should receive something decent from it because I have been using Layer 0 since 2022. We also have Scroll, we have a Hyperlane, we still need to receive the Hyperliquid, Drift. Actually, there is a lot of things that we can receive. So that is my end goal, to try to make at least 100K, maybe a little bit more if that is achievable, and then invest it for the long term. So for me, if I can make 100K, I invested, I received something like a 5x, 10x, which is completely achievable because I have done it many times. Back in the bull run from 2022 and 2021. So 5x to 10x, if you're using 100K, that is a pretty decent amount of money. That is 500K to maybe $1 million. And obviously that is not including all my other investment that I have been purchasing between 2022 and 2023, which I'm up a significant amount, a pretty significant amount, at least in terms of percentages. So there you go. Again, I don't think airdrops are dead. I just think that we have been way too greedy and we think that every airdrop are going to be providing a good, or every project are going to be providing a good airdrop, and that is not the case, because even if you look at your long-term portfolio and let's say that you have 10 tokens, most likely half of them are actually bullshit or trashy and you're not making money from them or probably losing money right now. So you could have maybe 3 or 4 projects that are carrying your portfolio. So it is the same with airdrop. We're gonna have some outliers where we're gonna be making 3K, 5K, 10K, and we're gonna have some pretty shitty airdrops where we're gonna be making maybe $20, $100, or even nothing. So that's why I think if you have a pretty good batch of airdrop, let's say that you're farming maybe 30 project, 50 project, out of that 50, most likely you should receive at least 1 or 2 in the ranges of maybe 5K, 10K, and that should be enough for you to be in a pretty positive return. So there you go. Let me know what you think. Also, let me know how much money you have made this year from airdrop. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.